The Ploughshare tortoise, scientifically known as Astrocales inifera, is a critically endangered species of tortoise native to the Bali Bay region in northwestern Madagascar. It is also sometimes referred to as the Anganoka tortoise. They are primarily found in the dry deciduous forests and scrublands of Madagascar. Conservationists and organizations have been working diligently to protect and conserve the Ploughshare tortoise. This includes efforts to combat illegal poaching and habitat preservation. Ploughshare tortoises are protected by international and national laws, and their trade is banned under the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Ploughshare tortoises have a dark brown to black coloration on their upper shell and limbs. Their carapace is typically a glossy black color, which is one of the features that distinguishes them from other tortoise species. The dark coloration helps them absorb heat from the sun, as they are found in a region with a hot and arid climate. Their lower shell is usually yellowish or pale in color. The Ploughshare tortoise has a high-domed carapace, which means their shell is quite rounded and elevated. This dome-shaped shell helps protect them from predators. Their limbs are sturdy and adapted for walking on land. Ploughshare tortoises are relatively small for tortoises, with adult individuals typically reaching a length of around 40 to 45 centimeters from the tip of the snout to the tip of the tail. This measurement doesn't include their legs and neck, which can add to their overall size. The weight of Ploughshare tortoises can vary, but adults usually weigh between 5 to 15 kilograms. Males tend to be smaller and lighter than females, with females being the larger of the two sexes. Ploughshare tortoises are primarily diurnal, which means they are most active during the daytime. They spend a significant portion of their day foraging for food, basking in the sun, and engaging in other activities. These tortoises are known for their habit of basking in the sun. Basking helps them regulate their body temperature and stay warm, especially in their arid habitat where temperature fluctuations can be significant. When threatened or disturbed, Ploughshare tortoises may retract their head and limbs into their shell for protection. While their shell provides excellent defense against many predators, they are vulnerable to human poaching. Ploughshare tortoises are not known for their speed. They are among the slowest moving reptiles in the world. Their slow and deliberate movement is a characteristic of tortoises in general. The typical walking speed of a Ploughshare tortoise is quite slow, usually ranging from 0.2 to 0.5 kilometers per hour. Their slow pace is a result of their heavy shell, sturdy limbs, and the energy-efficient way they move. While their lack of speed makes them vulnerable to predators in the wild, their shell provides them with excellent protection. Ploughshare tortoises are adapted for a terrestrial lifestyle, and their slow pace is well suited for their habitat, which includes dry, arid areas in Madagascar. They primarily move about in search of food, suitable basking spots, and mates during the breeding season. Due to their slow movement and the challenges they face in the wild, they are particularly vulnerable to threats like habitat destruction and illegal poaching. Ploughshare tortoises are not known for making vocal sounds like some other animals. They are generally silent creatures and do not produce vocalizations as a form of communication. Instead, they rely on visual and tactile cues for interactions with other tortoises and their environment. However, like many reptiles, Ploughshare tortoises may exhibit some behavioral cues or physical movements when they are agitated, threatened, or engaging in mating behaviors. These behaviors can include head bobbing, hissing, and other forms of body language, but they do not produce sounds in the way that mammals or birds do. Ploughshare tortoises are known for their impressive lifespan, especially when kept in optimal conditions. In the wild, their longevity can vary due to various factors, including habitat conditions and threats like habitat destruction and illegal poaching. In captivity, where they can receive proper care and protection, they often live longer. In the wild, ploughshare tortoises can live for several decades, with some individuals reaching 50 years or more under favorable conditions. However, their slow reproductive rate and vulnerability to threats have made it challenging for them to maintain stable populations in the wild. In captivity, ploughshare tortoises can live even longer, sometimes reaching over 70 years or more with proper care. Captive individuals are often provided with consistent access to food, protection from predators, and appropriate environmental conditions, which can contribute to their extended lifespans. Ploughshare tortoises commonly graze on grasses as a significant part of their diet. Grasses provide them with essential nutrients and fiber. They also consume leaves from a variety of plant species, including shrubs and small trees. Leaves contribute to their dietary diversity and provide vitamins and minerals. Ploughshare tortoises may eat the flowers of certain plants when they are in season. Flowers can be a source of nectar and additional nutrients. In their arid habitat in Madagascar, ploughshare tortoises may consume cacti and succulents to obtain moisture during dry periods. Their diet can include a range of other plant materials, such as stems and foliage from different plant species available in their habitat. Ploughshare tortoises have a distinct breeding season that usually corresponds to the start of the rainy season in their native habitat in Madagascar. The exact timing can vary depending on local climate conditions, but it typically occurs during the early part of the rainy season when vegetation becomes more abundant. During the breeding season, male ploughshare tortoises become more active and engage in courtship behaviors to attract females. This can include head bobbing, circling, and gentle nudging of females. Once a male has successfully courted a female, mating occurs. The male mounts the female, and copulation can last for an extended period. Mating may be repeated several times during the breeding season. After mating, female ploughshare tortoises will seek out suitable nesting sites in the wild. They dig shallow nests in the ground using their front legs, where they will eventually lay their eggs. The nest site is carefully selected, usually in an area with loose, well-draining soil. Ploughshare tortoises lay relatively small clutches of eggs, typically consisting of 1 or 2 eggs. The eggs are round and typically measure around 4 to 5 centimeters in diameter. Once the eggs are laid, the female covers the nest with soil and leaves it to incubate. The heat from the surrounding environment, along with moisture from the rainy season, helps incubate the eggs. The incubation period for ploughshare tortoise eggs can vary but generally lasts for several months. When the hatchlings are ready, they will emerge from the nest, usually during the rainy season when the conditions are more favorable for their survival. Ploughshare tortoises do not provide parental care to their offspring. Once the eggs are laid and covered, the females do not stay to protect or care for the hatchlings. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for even more viewing pleasure. Don't forget, like and comment. Feel free to share.